Pretty girl, what you doing out there? So she hurting a lover, now she don't care. Pretty girl with a body, with a Madonna body, so me take her off for the scene. You're not done.
Hey, hi, welcome to our episode 4 of the CodeRICH podcast.
It's been a while, but we're back and we're better. We got some good stuff coming your way.
Right? I don't know about you, but I missed you guys. We missed you. And, we're excited to get into this part of our series.
Yes.
So the topic we're going to be talking about is what you kind of go through when you transition into adulthood. So we're going to talk about leaving past identities behind, moving forward, and being able to keep yourself from distractions and things that are going to stop you from getting to your purpose. We're going to talk about habits.
And rebranding yourself. And talk about like hustle culture, living your life in your 20s, all that stuff.
Exactly. So it's just a lot around how we can kind of navigate our growth and transition into new areas of our life in a
better versions of ourselves.
Exactly. In a really seamless way. Like, I feel like I have had to work my way through this. So I have a lot to say about this. And I think so does Mahi.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about leaving past identities behind.
Yeah, I like that one a lot because I feel like after a certain time you come to a point where you have to leave a lot behind that was maybe the younger version of yourself, the old version of yourself, the version that didn't know better or didn't learn better, and you have to choose growth, which means sacrificing certain things, but it also means just choosing yourself and being strong within yourself, right?
When you're kind of transitioning into adulthood, you might be feeling lost or confused, not knowing where to go from there. But I think that feeling lost is actually a strength. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're failing. It just means that you're growing beyond your old identity, and you have bigger goals, bigger ambition.
Exactly. And you just want more for yourself. And that is what we all want, right? And so that's what we're going to push for. And I think how we can do that is first we can really try to understand what is an example of what like an old past version of yourself could look like, that like those types of things.
It could be just even as simple as old habits.
Or just maybe it could be access. It could also be responsibility,
your mindset.
Just you come to a point where you need to grow out of it and you need to kind of set yourself up for better. And so like a lot of the times I find that we can have like a lot of trial and errors in transitioning. So so it's also good to talk about like methods we could use to kind of tackle these obstacles in our life. So I feel like one good way to go through it is to set boundaries for yourself, set goals for yourself that you will be achieving those, and until that happens, like you won't be going to a certain distraction or something like that. So
and with that, I think it's important to like create a timeline to reach that goal. Because you could just be like, oh yeah, I want to do this and that, but if you don't have like a set timeline, you're not gonna feel motivated enough to actually go get that every day.
Exactly.
Or like make a step towards it every day.
Exactly. So when I say like limitations and boundaries, it's literally like you have a goal and it's like, okay, until I reach that goal, this is one thing I'm not going to like do. So if it's like, you have a goal to get in the gym every day. So instead of just 3 times a week, you want to go 5-6 times a week. If that's your goal, then you tell yourself like, okay, until I complete that goal, I'm not going to allow myself to have any junk food, like no chips, no chocolate, right?
Mhm.
And like until you get there, like, you know, and then you'll have a day where you can do that. Or
Yeah.
it's like if I have a goal to start a business and I find like I'm going out too much, I'm not going to go out for like this many days. Like you
Mhm.
have to be able to put the brakes on where you're going.
Yeah, that comes with like a lot of discipline as well.
Exactly.
Because you have to really want
Mhm.
what you're working towards.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're not going to.
Yeah, and exactly. And like the reason why we even bring this up is because, you know, it's trial and error. So there's
Mhm.
times where, you know, I look back and I'm like, wow, like I wish I could have achieved that by now. But, you know, you just turn it into, you know, how can I achieve this now? Like, what can I do differently?
Exactly.
And so
Yeah.
that's where we're kind of learning from and just,
Mhm.
you know, giving some ideas of what can help. Another thing that I think helps with growth, discipline, all of that is I think you need to have some time to yourself
Mhm.
to understand yourself better. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
you need to take that time to get to know yourself, know what your skills are, what your weaknesses,
Mhm.
strengths, what makes you comfortable, and what makes you feel challenged, and what makes you not want to, you know, engage in it
Mhm.
at all. Like you need to know all those things about yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
In order to be able to transition
Into adulthood.
Yes.
When you do everything right,
Yeah.
like everything you were raised to do,
Mhm.
like go to school, graduate, get your degree, get the job, start
Mhm.
working, make your money. But that doesn't necessarily mean you can't still feel lost. Because you could
Yeah.
do all of that, but to one person, that's their success. To another person, that's just like something they just had to get done.
Exactly.
You know, that's not their idea of
Yeah,
success.
exactly. And that's
Yeah.
actually very true. Like there comes a point too where we kind of get to where we wanted and then we're like, wait, this is it. So
Like
yeah,
you want
I think-
more.
yeah, exactly. So
Which goes back to actually I have a question.
mhm.
I was actually thinking about this the other day. Like, have you ever achieved something you worked so hard for and then only to realize like it didn't feel how you expected when you got there?
Mm, I think yes, but no at the same time. For me, it's a yes,
Okay,
but no
tell
at
me
the same
more.
time. Like obviously, like we can say this, we can all say this about like nursing,
Yeah.
where it's like I had the dream of nursing when I was in high school, and like first of all, I always knew like I was like the type of person like I like to like I'm personable and I like to take care of people and things like that, but I also knew like I'm into healthcare and biology. So those were little
Mhm.
things. But then what really said it for me was when I'm thinking in high school, I'm like, I could literally be 4 years out of here and like have keys to my own car, like those type of things. Like
Mhm.
honestly, it was the stability. It was like the way that you could just finish the 4 years and you're already in.
Mhm.
And it was also the fact that I knew that like that role, like it I could fit it.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just like it made sense to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like all that stuff did actually end up happening in the end, in the sense like I do feel like I fit the role and I do enjoy the caretaking.
Mhm.
But then I also do enjoy like the freedom and security, like, you know,
Mhm.
both.
Yeah.
But then like one thing I would say is like what disappointed me a little bit is like I realized like I have no area or asset or little to none to be creative here, like, you know, to like
Mhm.
be like challenging my mind. Like yes, if you do higher education and all of that, but like
Yeah.
you have to be like, it has to be something you really want to learn about.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I
Exactly.
found like, yes, I love nursing and I'll continue to do it, but I
But,
also
like,
want
what's
to try
next?
something else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, like that definitely. And it's not just creativity, it's like creating and like taking ownership, taking responsibility for, and, you know, making it your own, like creating something that is your own. I think that's
Yeah.
like so nice.
I think,
and to do
yeah,
it
and you
when
can
love it.
you can
Mhm.
love your job so much,
Yeah.
but that doesn't necessarily mean like that's your purpose.
Yeah.
Because for me, I was thinking about
Exactly.
the same thing. Like even nursing,
Mhm.
when you have this idea that like once you get there, you're set
Mhm.
for life. Like you have your
Yeah.
big girl job, like
Mhm.
you're good. But no, like
Yeah.
there's so much room
Mhm.
to like succeed and do
Yeah.
bigger and better.
Mhm.
And it's just not like, at the end of the day, nursing is cool, but it's just
Mhm.
your job.
No, I get
Like,
it.
it's just a career.
Yeah.
And there's so many different avenues where you
Mhm.
can make money and succeed in other ways.
Yeah. No, I actually completely agree with that. Like, I actually spoke to someone the other day, and she was telling me that she was a nurse for like 10 years.
Mhm.
And then by the 10th year, she had created a business in the amount of time that
Yeah.
she had outside of work, to the point where it was creating as much money as nursing, so she could leave her nursing job. And I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like I would do nursing,
And
I would do
imagine
it
if
for a
you do
while,
both.
but yeah, right? And do
Like,
both.
yeah.
But like, it would also be nice to like have that choice to like, go and try something else. And I think that's where there's sometimes that structure in society where it's like, go to school, get your degree, go to work, that like we're allowed some leeway in that. Like, we can open up our minds, and we can think bigger, even, which goes back to our last episode. If you haven't watched it already,
Go
please
watch
that.
it.
It's so informative, has so much
Yeah.
information, and we will talk more about that. We will get into detail if you guys want. You just
Yeah.
have to let us know.
Our last episode was my favorite episode.
Yeah, me too. I
Episode
agree.
3. Go watch that.
Yeah, right? No, exactly. But yeah, so it's like we can kind of grow out of just these like boxes. And that's kind of where the disappointment was. I was like, okay, like kind of want to do like a lot more with my time here.
Yeah. How do you think you can rebrand yourself? How do you create that new identity?
Okay. So I think rebranding yourself, it does start with getting to know yourself 1st. So I feel like you need to learn the parts about yourself that where you are when at this point when you start thinking about this. Because I feel like I'm past that point, in the sense like I learned this a little while ago, that I'm like, okay, like I kind of want to leave some past stuff behind, and then I implemented it. So when you're at that beginning point, you need to take some time to get to know yourself, because this will save you a lot of work later on down the line. Like, trust me when I say this. Get to know yourself, get to know like, who am I, what do I like, what do I not like, what am I going to surround myself with, what's gonna make me like act the most how I feel my purpose is in this world. You know what I mean?
And sometimes it's hard to recognize that in yourself.
Yes.
So you like ask your loved ones, ask your family members, like,
exactly,
how would you describe me?
Yeah.
And when they describe you, do you like what you're hearing, or would you rather be described in a different way?
Exactly. And then just like, implement that. There is ways I've seen like so many people, like this is why like I will literally die on the hill that like anybody can find like peace and things can work out for them, because like I know like I've grown out so many old versions of myself,
For sure.
it's like you just have to look for it, and then it will come.
Just like reflect. Ask your loved ones, what do you think of me? And like, how would you describe me? What kind of person do you portray, and is that the kind of person that you envision yourself as? And even just simple as just sitting down and just making a list. What do you want your life to look like, and what do you want your version of like your best self to look like,
and do differently,
and what do you look like right now, and what can I do to get there?
And so now when you've done all of this, and you kind of have decided like yourself a little bit better, you trust yourself to kind of implement this positive change in your life, what you do is you make sure that you keep going down that path, and you don't let anything like kick you off of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't let like old distractions or old triggers or old even like things you enjoyed or anything like that, like you can't let it pull you back in. So just for an example, it's like, let's say like you feel like you want to be someone who wakes up early and like has a routine. If you find yourself falling into that habit of like I'm sleeping late, I'm sleeping in and I'm waking up late and I'm like getting somewhere late, you just track it back to like what is causing this, and you cut it out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you have to be so like on top of it with yourself.
And a good way to do that is
Mhm.
try a challenge.
Yes,
Try
is a great
75
idea.
hard. Try to
Mhm.
eat a certain amount of
Mhm.
calories or
Exactly.
a certain type of food
or
every
in
day.
a fast,
Yeah,
like eat at a certain time.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be hard, but
Mhm.
it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah.
And then once you get into that habit and you discipline yourself,
Mhm.
it becomes like regular stuff.
Exactly. Even just like another way like another example too is like, even when we're talking about starting that investment opportunity or starting something new for yourself, like the same way that you were able to convince yourself to sit for hours and study to get your degree, just sit for 1 hour a day or something like that. Like, put something
Like
into
small changes, I think
1
makes
hour
such a big
or
difference.
2 hours in like a week, right?
Yes.
Just to have yourself an idea of what you're going to do differently, and then you just follow it. You convince yourself that you need to follow it. You tell yourself you're not going to let like anything get in the way of that,
Mhm.
and you're not going to be distracted. Like, that's literally what I mean when I say this. Like, there's so many distractions around us. You really just have to focus in and know what is
Lock
important
in.
to you and what matters to you, and like that should be what you're focused on,
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
And it even could be as small as, instead of binge watching a show on Netflix, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that on a constant basis and that's what you're spending majority of your time with, like, it's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, instead of binge watching a TV series, watch like an educational video on YouTube. Like, watch how to start investing, beginner 101 videos. Like, I don't know, like, just watch something that's gonna teach you something. Just little things like that, I think,
agree.
are a step closer to rebranding yourself and transitioning into adulthood.
I completely agree with that. Like, it's
Yeah.
also like what you're listening to, what you're seeing is it's just all like part of it. Even who you're hanging out with, like, these are all big parts of what's going to shape your reality. And if you are going through a transition period and you are trying to find growth and get to that point, like, you really have to see what these things are that could be stopping you from it too, because I think that's like the number one obstacle in my opinion.
Find like
once those are gone, you're on a, like, you're good, and
you're
like
on a straight path,
your mind is clear and everything is going well. Like, like, I find like when I get like too distracted, I get like, I'm like, okay, no, I need to get back to my baseline, because like literally like healthcare lingo, but like I need to get back to my baseline stat. Like, I'm not having this right now. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But I think, like, find hobbies that are gonna benefit you. I mean, like, can we please talk about like doom scrolling and like
Yes, I was gonna mention that. And I swear we've talked about it already.
Yes.
But it's so true.
Have. But it's like,
it's so bad for you.
Why?
It's the worst thing.
It's
like,
the
actually,
worst.
if I could make a campaign to end doom scrolling, like, I actually would, because people don't realize how harmful it is. And it's like, because I've come from a place of growth where I used to do it, and I'm seeing how bad that is for an individual. I'm like, no, like,
it's such a waste of time. And it's also like, the more time you spend on social media, the more you're influenced. Like, it depends on what you're like absorbing, but the more you doom scroll, for example, the more you're like comparing yourself to other people and how they portray themselves on social media. Like, social media is just like,
and you let it all get in your head. Like, your algorithm will literally follow you, and it will tell you about yourself. And it's like, but this isn't true though. Those things about you aren't true, or the things about what's going on aren't true. Like, it's just crazy. Like, it'll like, you doom scrolling is so bad.
See all these like social media influencers, and they're just living this grand grand life, but
Mhm.
that's not how their real life
Yeah,
is. That's
it's
not their reality. So
reality.
stop
It's
like
not reality.
comparing yourself to these people,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
just because, for example, like we're talking about our 20s.
Yeah.
20s is such a flexible time.
Yeah,
Like
do
some people
it-
are getting
do
married, people are
everything.
having
Yes,
kids,
I
people are
know.
just starting their
Yeah,
careers.
people are going back to school though too, and
Yes,
people
like
are.
it's we're all over
Yeah.
the place. And I think like,
Mhm.
for example, like if you're saving money but you see your friend and they just bought a house, you're
Mhm.
like, wow, like
Mhm.
like I should be there.
Yeah.
But what if that friend looks at you and
Yeah.
thinks they wish they had the financial
Yes,
freedom that you
I
still
think about that
have
all
in your
the time.
20s?
I think about that all the time. Be
Yeah.
grateful for what you have in the moment, and everything will come in its time. Like I don't think like I feel like in our 20s, like we actually don't need to rush at all. Like
Mhm.
please don't believe in that lie. Like yes,
But you got to get started.
get on your shit. Get on your shit. Don't trust me.
Yeah.
But like you don't need to like rush anything like that you don't feel is right within yourself to either, like, you know,
Mhm.
like just like take it, understand your like what your inner talk is, like understand where to go and when to do it. Like
Mhm. Like you're in
timing is
a you're in a
everything
weird
too,
time.
right?
You're in a weird time in your
Timing is
life.
yeah, I feel like timing is everything too
Mhm.
though, right? So it's like yes, go through all your goals, but no, there's like a time and a place, and it'll all happen in the time that it needs to, right?
Mhm.
So you don't want to like rush into something and then like you're like blocking like a blessing that could have been way bigger if you just
Mhm.
gave yourself some time, you know?
Yeah.
And like I genuinely am a big believer in that, and like timing is always
Mhm.
perfect. So just we have to trust
Everything happens
that
for
it
a
will.
reason. Like you're
Yeah,
gonna
we have
fail,
to
you're
trust
gonna
that it
get
will
back
work.
up.
Mhm.
But as
Yeah.
long as you get back up, you'll be
Mhm.
good. You'll be alright.
Exactly.
I think like the hardest part of being in your 20s is you're expected to like build your life,
Mhm.
while you're also expected to enjoy your life in your
Yeah.
20s. Like some people are
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
you're so young, like enjoy your
Mhm.
life, like stop working so hard. But for me, I'm like, I'm running out of time. Like I
Yeah.
need to work hard to get to
Yeah.
where I want to be at a certain
Yeah.
time in my life.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like I think that
I understand.
it depends on what success looks like for you.
Mhm.
For some people, they're content with what they
Yeah.
have and they're okay with enjoying their 20s.
Yeah.
But for me, like that's not the case. Like
Mhm.
I want more. I want bigger. I
No,
want better.
I literally agree. I feel like too, like I feel like this is not the time for me to just let loose and do whatever I want. Like no. Like I feel like this is the time
Yeah.
for me to like build all my skills,
Mhm.
like build my intelligence, become smarter, and become more
Richer.
capable, like richer. Yeah, richer too, like 100%. All of that comes with it.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I just think that this is the time for me to really like be with myself and grow myself. Like you spend so much time like doing what, like nonsense, like, you know, when
Mhm.
people are saying like enjoy yourself, like I don't want to sound like old fashioned or whatever, but like it's
Yeah.
honestly like you, where is it getting you? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you're doing it time and time again, like you have to have a balance for sure. Like go and have that dinner with your girl, you know, go do that
Mhm.
stuff, but make sure that you got something done that day, and you have like
Exactly.
you have things you're doing in
Balance.
the week that are beneficial to
Yes.
you, right?
I think that's so important because you
Mhm.
only live once. Like you
Yeah.
want to enjoy your life and you
Mhm.
want to experience all these things when you're young and when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to. That's why like being in your 20s is confusing. It's
Yeah.
overwhelming. There's so much
Yeah.
things going on around you. You're trying to work hard, you're trying to invest, you're trying to save
It's
money.
so confusing.
But then at the same time, you're
Yeah.
trying to have fun, you're trying to go on vacation.
Yeah.
And it's just like
It's
all
just
over
a
the place.
lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Because trust me, like that's what I mean. Like it's even the little things that you find stress in. But I've been trying to like be like, when I stress about little things, like just like coming back to myself, like, you know what, things could be way worse. Like I need to stop
Mhm.
stressing about these things. I think even when you're transitioning into adulthood, a really important like thing you should have, a really important aspect of that growth, is genuinely gratitude. Like I feel like when you are growing up, sometimes we can have like, I feel like even especially like teenagers, young teens, like sometimes you can have a different look on life, but now it's time to
sure.
like kind of grow up, patent down, take accountability, and just be grateful for what you have, and grateful for all the blessings, the small, the big, and everything that seems like everything's going wrong, there is some beauty.
Yeah.
You know,
and everyone comes from like different circumstances.
Yes.
So I think like back to the comparison thing, like say you're moved out and you're renting your own place, and now you have your own bills. So you have your rent, your utilities, your car payment, your insurance, whatnot. But your friend, for example, might be living with their parents.
Yeah.
And it's like, those are different circumstances. So the person that's living at home is able to probably save more money.
Yeah.
And the person renting is probably losing more money.
Yeah.
So they're at different points in their life. But that's the whole thing about being in your 20s. Like, it's confusing, it's overwhelming. It's like,
it is.
Everyone comes from different circumstances. You're comparing yourself to this person and then this person. Oh, I'm not there yet. Like, it's a lot. You just have to
I definitely you have to go through a lot, and that's where like the doom scrolling is not gonna get you anywhere.
Forget the doom scrolling,
right? But
dash
it's
that
true,
phone.
though. Like, everyone does come from from different circumstances, and I feel like everyone also deals with their own battles too with that, right? So it's like no, I agree. And also, like, that's why I feel like gratitude is so important.
Like, always be grateful for like what you have and what just recognize like what some don't have and what you have, and like stop comparing yourself to people on social media. Please. Stop the doom scrolling.
No, I agree. Definitely
stop for real. Like, stop the doom scrolling.
It needs
not
to stop.
doing anything for you.
Another thing, when you are growing into your adult life and you're becoming a new version of yourself, a lot of the things that maybe culturally we learned or society has kind of limited, you're becoming more understanding of like where you fit into that and how you might differ from that, and you have to be able to disappoint others and like let go of validation. So if that means like, like this version of yourself, where you always see that video like on TikTok or Instagram where it's like, I used to be a 10 out of 10 friend when I used to do when I used to do this, then 9 out of 10 when I stopped doing this, 8 out of 10, but like not even referring to a friend, like any relationship you could have, like it does get to a point where you have to start putting like obviously you have to do it for the better reasons, good reasons, positive reasons. So,
and your friend might be thinking you're going from a 10 to a 9 to an 8 to a 7. But for you, you're going from a 6 to a 7 to an 8 to a 9.
Yeah,
to a 10. Like,
that's what I mean though. It has to be for positive change. It has to be for a good reason. Like, if you're just like, if you're just doing messed up things and you're just like, that's different. But I'm saying when you're going for a positive change,
be selfish.
Like, you actually have to be okay with disappointing others. And it's so heartbreaking sometimes because these could be like your closest individuals, but it's just like, like, I still care about you, I still love you, but for this thing I'm going to do it this way, and I'm not going to care what you think about it or how you feel about it, because I know this is best for the version of me that I'm becoming, and you only need to you don't need to and that literally comes with the whole part about like, just let go of any validation, any people pleasing, anything like that. Let go of anything that you realize you're doing, but you're bending yourself in doing that, right? So that's where we have to just get back to ourselves and grow up the right way, which is listening to like the truth.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about is hustle culture and feeling guilty for living your life and enjoying your 20s. And I think, like we talked about, the whole balance thing. And it depends where you are in your life. If you spent your majority of your 20s like not really doing anything, living your life already, and now you're ready to just lock in and not like go on vacation, not take any breaks, good on you. But if you're, let's say you're in your 20s and you're just starting out and you want to get to somewhere that you want to get to, like, and you just want to lock in but also enjoy your life at the same
Yeah.
time, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Or even third option, if you just want to lock in your 20s and not enjoy your life so that you can achieve these goals to enjoy your life later on,
Yeah.
that's also
Mm-hmm.
good for you. Like, it just depends on what you want to do. And I think I struggle with this a little bit because when I'm not doing something productive, I always have this like guilty feeling that I could be making money right now. I could be, spending time with my loved ones right now. I could be working overtime, like things like that. I think it's okay to take a rest day sometimes. And like, I have to continue to remind me, I'm still working on this myself, but I think it's important to continue to remind yourself it's okay to take a rest day, but just don't get too comfortable taking those rest days.
I agree with you completely. I think that it is balance, and there is like a very fine line in the sense, like, if you're not where you want to be yet, right, and you want to get to a certain place, you do have to set those limitations where you're like, okay, yes, like, I'm going to be productive, I'm going to be making the money I need to, I'm going to be building my wealth, I'm going to be building my brain, I'm going to be educating myself and all that. And then you also can't be too hard on yourself where you can't do anything without like feeling bad. And I think that there does come a balance with it, because even with myself, I'd say, like, I feel like I'm pretty good with that until I feel like I'm doing until a certain point, and then I'm like, no, like, I need to pipe back, like, I need to like not maybe go out for a little bit or just like get back within myself. Like, I have that too. And I think that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves too.
Yeah, like you have to take care of yourself. You know,
I agree.
You have to get sleep. As a human being, it's scientifically proven. You cannot function without sleep. If you want to reach your goals, be productive, you have to sleep. If you want to feel energetic and be ready for the day, you have to eat. Like, these are necessities that you can't stop yourself from doing. Because it's not going to benefit you in any way. So always take care of yourself first.
Exactly. You can't go do all this stuff on an empty battery. So definitely make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's 100%. But yeah, like, like, just have a very clear mind about all of it. Like,
it doesn't always have to be go.
Exactly.
Take a second.
And anything
breathe.
that's pressuring, I believe, like, anything that's pressuring you, or any decisions you're making out of fear, or any time you're living in fear, like, that is not right, and that's not the way. So, just like go at it with a clear mind.
And I think, like, back to the balance thing, I wrote down like person A and then person B. So person A is, they're working constantly, they're never taking their vacation, they don't sleep enough, they ignore their stress, like dismiss it, they don't try to flourish the relationships they have in their life. And then there's person B who also works hard, but they're also taking breaks, and they're prioritizing their relationships and protecting their mental health. And it's like, long term, person A or person B, like, who's gonna thrive in 10 years? They're both gonna be successful financially, but are they both gonna be happy and emotionally stable and well?
Exactly.
So it's important to take care of yourself.
Take care
and
of yourself,
your emotions
100%.
and prioritize your peace.
You don't want to go into burnout.
No, you don't want to do that.
Okay, so I had a question too for you. So when we're talking about habits and whatnot, what is something that you're currently trying to unlearn?
I think the idea of not having enough time.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to unlearn the fact that there's 24 hours in a day. Like, there's always time. You just have to manage it efficiently and set like timelines. So like, I'm just trying to unlearn that there's no like excuses.
Okay.
And just like, but at the same time, I am trying to learn that it's okay to take breaks.
Yeah.
And okay to take a rest day.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
What about you?
That's good. No, I like that for you. I really hope that, you get to your goal in that and it works out for you. Because, yeah, I do think that, we all deserve rest. We all deserve breaks. And, yeah, you should give yourself more credit. And I would say for me, what I think I'm trying to unlearn is probably, I think I am trying to unlearn maybe just not worrying so much about the future. I think that that may be something I struggle with. Like, I've worked on it quite a bit, but I feel like now we're getting to that age where, like, if things are uncertain, like, I always want things like in a certain, like, like, I want things to be so, like, with certain things I'm not so much like that, but I feel like with myself I'm like that, you know what I mean, where I'm like, I want to commit these goals and all this stuff, and like I just worry about it too much. And so, like, that's definitely one thing, like, overthinking. Like, I feel like I'm in my head a lot, like,
that's a good answer.
In the moment. I think that's something that I would probably need to unlearn. Wait, I know one thing I'm currently trying to unlearn. Like, I'm actually serious about this.
Okay, tell us.
Like, I feel like I need to stop, like, being a little late to things.
That's a good one.
I really think, like, I do that way too
more
often.
punctual.
I think I need to be more punctual. I'm really working on that one because I don't like that I'm always rushing. I mean, I'm not always rushing, but like right before I'm about to leave the house, I'm always rushing, like those last 10 minutes. So I think I need to work on that for sure.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Say, do you ever think about like just taking a second and enjoying your success and your milestone? Because for me, I feel like
never.
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 That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like for me, you reach a goal and then you're like, okay, now I have to start working on this one. Like, you never take a second to just be like, wow, I did that.
Yeah. And we never celebrate ourselves.
No,
like,
we don't give ourselves enough credit. And
we
it's
actually don't.
For example, like, you get your nursing degree, now it's like,
now it's like, get your
okay,
NCLEX.
cool, now I have to study for my NCLEX.
Yeah, you get your license.
And then your license. Now I have to find a job.
Get the job. Now that you got the job, get the education for the job.
Now I need to get married.
Okay, now you have to save your money.
Now I have to have kids.
Right?
Like, it's just, it's always something.
Now I think start a business.
It's not a bad thing to always have something.
But next, me too, like,
but you just have to take a moment and just like chill.
But then I also feel like sometimes once I've like done so much that I'm like, okay, what's next now? Do you know what I mean?
No, but like that's what ambition is. And like, I think I find that such a good trait to have. And like, I find that I surround myself with a lot of people with the same like mindset as me and are just as ambitious as I am and just as Delulu. And I think like it's great to have ambition. There's nothing wrong with it. We need to be
Delulu. I'm super Delulu.
Yeah.
And I love it.
But it's like, you also need to like take a second and be like, I did that.
Yeah.
Let me just, enjoy it for a second.
I actually don't do that. Like, I don't think I do.
I think it's important to do that.
I think like in the moment, yes. Yeah. Like graduation day, like, yes, I celebrated. But I didn't celebrate the fact like I actually became a nurse. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
But even graduation day, like celebrating was just the ceremony and to get dinner, like it wasn't like, oh, like we're gonna like actually take it in, like, no, none of that. But it's almost like if you don't get there, it's like your freaking disappointment, and then
you start comparing yourself and back to the whole cycle, doom scrolling.
Like, even let's celebrate the small wins, small wins, like
hey,
I learned patience. That's a small win.
Oh, you learned patience.
Yes. Yeah. I learned patience. I feel like that's a win,
That is a win. And even as simple as I didn't buy McDonald's today. Yeah. I made a meal at home.
Exactly.
That's an achievement. Yeah. Or I actually got myself up and went to the gym every single day for the past week.
Exactly.
That's an achievement.
Yep. I cleaned up my
what's
area.
Next?
I got rid of the stuff. Yeah. No, seriously though.
What's next?
Seriously.
We're just hustlers.
I feel like I'm at a weird point because I actually am like right now, like I really don't know what's next. Like all I know right now is to save my money. Like, do you know what I mean?
But that is a milestone.
That is a milestone. And
like reaching a certain number.
That, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the
But,
moral of this episode is
Yeah.
just transitioning into adulthood and being in your 20s is so overwhelming and so chaotic. But I think the most important thing is to find balance and think of what success looks like to you.
yeah.
And think of what you want your new identity to be.
Exactly. And I think it just goes in with like, just get right within yourself, get right within what's good for you, and make that your reality in order to transition into this new, beautiful version of yourself that you're just gonna be so much more at peace
The
with.
best version of yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you so much for tuning in this episode.
Thank you.
We loved talking to you guys as always, and we really hope that you guys leave your comments down below. Let us know what you want to hear from us, and
let us know what you like to hear, what you enjoyed, what you want us to talk more about.
Yeah.
Interact with us. You know,
Yeah.
send us a message, send us a DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we'll see you in episode 5.
Yeah. Okay. Bye now.
Bye.
You say, hey, pretty girl, what you doing out there? So she hurting a lover, now she don't care. Pretty girl with a body, with a mad body, so me take her off for the scene. You're not done.